Play That Rock and Roll, where we take a look back at the albums and artists of the classic rock era. Who says it's too late for a Halloween episode?
I love Halloween. It's just such a great holiday. I throw a party every year, and building the playlist is half the fun. There is just so much great music that can tie into the holiday. It's not like Christmas music, which is only appropriate for that time of year. Even people who like Christmas music only really want it in December. The songs we're going to talk about today are great to listen to any time of year. Playing them on Halloween is just icing on the cake. And hey, you might even get a fun costume idea from one of these songs. I think rock stars are always great inspiration for costumes. I went as Angus Young in 2009, David Bowie in 2013, and 2016, and I think longtime viewers will appreciate my costume from this year.
Queen was the real star of that movie.
Who are you?
Flash Gordon, quarterback, New York Jets.
That's always been the weirdest thing about Flash Gordon to me. Of all teams, why the New York Jets? Does Sam Jones remind anyone of Joe Namath? No. No, he does not. But I will say there is one moment in Jets history that might serve as a tortured metaphor for Sam Jones in this movie.
The offensive coordinator, you're going to bust a play here, and then Gordon gets hit, the ball is loose, and it's alive.
Yeah, Sam Jones was the worst part of a bad show.
And that's the story of the New York Jets. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be talking about Halloween songs today. Let's get to that list.
Like I said, the music we're celebrating today is great any time of year, but listening to it on Halloween makes it all just a bit more special. And as always, there's no metrics or data that goes into this list. These are just my favorites. So please, feel free to post your recommendations in the comments below.
So with that, let's count down the top 10 classic rock songs for Halloween. Hit it!
Number 10.
Let's start with a classic.
And baby said, dance, magic dance.
No, not this one. I'm going to try and stay away from soundtrack work on this list. We're here to celebrate the music, and let's face it, if you strip away the nostalgia for the movie, what you're left with here is, although charming, still basically a silly novelty song. So if you want a scary song from David Bowie about monsters and creeps, there's a much better pick.
Scary monsters, super creeps, keeps me running.
Yes, the number 9 from my top 10 David Bowie songs list takes the 10 spot here. This is a terrifically creepy song that is upbeat and danceable, but also quite ominous. Perfect for a costume party. Number 9.
So that was one song I've already discussed before, and now here's another.
I know Bad Moon Rising is the obvious pick if you're thinking about a John Fogerty Halloween song, but again, I think that's more movie nostalgia. But still, this is my most controversial pick. I'm not saying Eye of the Zombie is a better song than Bad Moon Rising, but I do think it's just a bit better of a fit for Halloween. But only a little.
And I'm pretty sure John Fogerty himself would disagree with this pick. But hey, this is my list, not his. And not yours.
Number 8.
I know I said I'm trying to avoid movie songs today, but there is one that I have to include here.
I don't wanna be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life today.
Okay, I've never seen Pet Sematary, and I honestly don't plan to. I found this song on a Ramones compilation, and it has been my favorite Ramones song ever since. I know that's blasphemous to some Ramones fans, but this is a perfect party jam, mostly due to the sing-along lyrics provided by future rap god D.D. Ramone. The Ramones were never really a singles band, so this 1989 song was actually their biggest hit on the rock charts, and they made a fun music video with it to boot. Not a bad way to close out the decade. Number 7. There are so many Ozzy Osbourne songs that could land on this list. You could argue he's the ultimate Halloween artist. So look, I'm keeping it to one song per artist for this list, for variety's sake, if nothing else.
And to those insisting it better be a Black Sabbath song, sorry.
Look at this fucking video. It looks like an old school Hammer horror movie. So when older folks wax nostalgic for music videos on MTV, you've got to remember, it was because of stuff like this. Anyway, pop this on, let out a howl, and shred along on your air guitar to that last solo. Number 6.
If Ozzy isn't the ultimate Halloween artist, who is someone else that could make that claim?
Welcome to my nightmare.
Okay, now we're talking. Again, so many songs to choose from. Too many, to be honest. I was really close to putting Prince of Darkness in this spot, but much like the last pick, I decided that when it comes to Alice Cooper, his most iconic stuff is also the most fun. Now, I know the song isn't actually about Frankenstein, and I know it's from a movie, but I don't care. Have you ever been to an Alice Cooper concert? This is the best part of every show. If this doesn't capture the spirit of Halloween, then I don't know what does. The whole appeal of guys like Ozzy and Alice Cooper is that they know how to create the perfect blend of the macabre and also the party.
Which is why Alice Cooper is more than worthy of the number 6 spot on this list.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're scum!
Number 5.
Hi, I got a tape I want to play.
Hi, I'd like to hear it.
Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
When David Byrne started writing this song, he set out to do a Randy Newman-style ballad with Alice Cooper-like lyrics. I don't know if that's what this song is, but you can kind of see the idea here. This is just a hopelessly catchy number written from the perspective of a serial killer. Very funny idea, and excellent in execution, if you pardon the pun. Also, I should note that this is the opening song of the Talking Heads concert film Stop Making Sense, which, in my opinion, is the best concert film ever.
Unfortunately, David Byrne has made it clear he's not going to reunite with the Talking Heads. So at least you can watch that.
Number 4. This is the obvious choice for a Rolling Stones song, but I think we can go one better. How about a bluesy fan favorite with lyrics written about an actual real-life serial killer? Because that's what we got today. Like some of the artists we've discussed before, the Rolling Stones have plenty of songs about dark subject matter, which would be great fits for Halloween. But I think Midnight Rambler is the best. Now, there's a contingent of Stones fans that believe the band stopped being good after like 1973. I'm not on board with that, but I definitely agree that their late 60s, early 70s period was their peak because of songs like this. And if you've ever been to a Rolling Stones concert, you know this song is always one of the highlights. But that's not to take away from the studio version. This breakdown here is probably my favorite part.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I won't do that.
The Rolling Stones were opening up for them. It's the first time I ever saw them. And they weren't really very well known. There's about 6 kids rushed to the front, you know. And it was priceless. I'd never seen anything so rebellious in my life. Some guy yells out, "Get your hair cut!" And Mick says, and I'll never forget these words, "What, I look like you?"
Number 3.
For better or worse, a lot of classic rock songs have been co-opted by pop culture.
We Will Rock You only really makes sense at a sports game. Like a Rock will always be a damn Chevy commercial. And The Who sort of became the house band for the CSI franchise. So for this next song, it's really important you decouple it from the pop culture event it's primarily remembered for now. It's tough because the opening riff is actually what makes you remember the Saturday Night Live More Cowbell sketch, which, by the way, is a very funny bit. But if you're thinking about the sketch, you're missing out on the ominous vibe and dark lyrics that the song presents. The song is about the inevitability of death, but it has a great riff and a frantic guitar solo, which makes it an excellent selection for any Halloween playlist.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Number 2. So today we've seen a few artists that create a lot of Halloween-friendly music. But for me, there is one act that embodies the Halloween spirit better than anyone else. And before you ask, no, it's not Iron Maiden. Hell yes. AC/DC is the ultimate Halloween artist. They have no shortage of songs perfect for this time of year. Rock and Roll Damnation, Highway to Hell, Night Prowler, even Who Made Who. But there is one song that stands above the rest, and you know it by The Bell. Recorded just months after the band's original lead singer passed away, this ominous and terrifying song is one of the band's best, thanks to, in part, that iconic bell at the start of the song, which is an idea Metallica would steal just a few years later.
Psh, posers. Let's stick with AC/DC.
And finally, number 1.
I think it's obvious by now that this is not a list of deep cuts or big surprises.
My number 1 pick is a song that you should have expected from the start. And if you haven't guessed it by now, you're going to slap yourself in a moment. So without further ado, my selection for the best classic rock Halloween song is... This is one of those amazing songs that can put anyone in a great mood. The lyrics are funny, the music is catchy, and the sing-along howl is just the cherry on top. The song puts a scary monster into a humorous setting, which is really what Halloween parties are all about. So to me, there's no better choice for number 1.
So with that, thanks for watching, and happy belated Halloween. Draw blood.
Draw blood. Werewolves in London.
Ho, 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 ho. This is Christmas Eve's Headbangers Ball. What do we have next, Zach?